Hello, everybody. Hi. Let me just get started here. Okay, I'm outside. And so thank you for tuning in live. As I advertised, I'm going to be outside talking about corn on the cob. I'm going to show you how my favorite way to cook corn on the cob. But as I started the restream, there was a little bit of fluctuation. And so I was trying to make sure that the signal went through and there wasn't any disruptions. So I have the chat on. And if you are watching, please say hello and let me know where you're tuned in from, where you live, and how is the reception. I hope I'm not breaking up because usually I'm inside in my kitchen. If you've seen some of my other live feeds, you know what my kitchen looks like. And if you've attended my cooking classes, you know what my kitchen looks like. Well, this is my backyard. And this is where I teach my outdoor grilling cooking classes. And so today is an absolutely beautiful day in the state of Michigan, where I live. It's 80. That's awesome. And the sun is shining. And I was going to have a fire on my fire pit back there. See my fire pit? And I was going to cook the corn on the fire pit, but we had a storm blow through and it just poured. So I couldn't do that. And then you can see over here, this is my wood pile and my pink, like everything's backwards. My pink holder, I painted it pink last year for all my wood. Yeah, that's where all my wood is. And so I'm coming to you live from my backyard. And I want to talk about summer food because I love summertime. I love cooking for summertime and I love cooking outside. So because I'm outside, I might have to go away from the camera just for a second here or there because I have my cats outside here with me and they're tied up on leashes right over there. For those of you that know me, you know I have 5 cats. Those of you that don't know me, guess what? I have 5 cats. Yes, 5 cats. And a couple of them like to go outside, but my cats are indoor cats. So I put them on leashes on a tie out. And I have Rod and Davy outside with me. Maybe they'll be able to be in the camera a little bit later, but they're over there. They're on their leashes and I can hear them meowing. Give me a second. I'll be right back. All right. Here's Davy. Hi, here's Davy. He's named after Davy Jones in the Monkees. This is Davy. He actually is the firstborn of the kittens that I had last year. He's a pretty cute boy, pretty spunky, and he likes going outside now, although it seems like he wants to go inside right now. So hold on a minute. We'll put him back inside. Come on, honey. Yep. So a year ago, my male and my female cat, my male cat is Rod and my female is Jewel. They had kittens and I kept 3 of the 4 kittens and that's how I got 5 cats. Okay, so that's a little bit about me and my love of cats. But for my live, I want to talk about food because I love food. And as I mentioned, I love summer cooking. For those of you that don't know me, I am Chef Valerie Wilson. And my business name is MacroVal. So my website is macroval.com. I have been teaching healthy cooking classes since 1997. All my recipes, I use organic ingredients, whole food ingredients. I don't use refined processed things. I'm also vegan, so I don't use any animal products. And so this is what I do for a living. I am the author of 6 cookbooks, and you can find all that on my website. All right, so today, corn. Who loves corn? Who loves corn? You can leave a comment. Whether you're watching or you're watching the recording later, you can go ahead and leave a comment. Comment right now and see what happens. Again, I hope the reception is good because I'm outside. This is the first time I've ever done it outside. So I just put a comment in. Yep, there it is. I'm live on Facebook and on YouTube. And so corn, what do you think of corn? I adore corn. I can't wait to get corn in the summer, And so corn is not your favorite vegetable. A lot of people, when they're asked what's your favorite vegetable, they say corn. Corn is a whole grain. It is one of the signature whole grain of summertime. That means that it feeds and nurtures your brain and your heart and your circulatory system. Being that corn is a whole grain, it is a complex carbohydrate, which means it's really high in fiber, which is fantastic for you. It's going to clean out your intestinal tract, okay? High fiber foods are excellent for your heart. They're excellent for your blood pressure. If you have high blood pressure, you want to increase the fiber in your diet. Corn is excellent for that. Complex carbohydrates, whole grains, it's what all of our ancient ancestors ate on a regular basis. And so corn is native to North America, where Michigan is. Not like corn, it didn't look like the corn that we eat. It was much smaller. Corn are, a nice size, but what, they had a long time ago with much smaller ears of corn, but still a whole grain, always a whole grain, corn. All right. And so summertime is when we get corn on the cob. Now, a lot of people are afraid of corn, and I can't really figure out, like, why are people afraid of corn? I don't know. Like, maybe because there's a lot of information out there that tell you to stay away from carbs. I'm sorry, but complex carbs and whole grains are your best friends. It is the ideal food for the human species to be eating. All of our ancestors had a diet based around whole grains. It's what's missing in the average American diet, which is unfortunate. So eating corn in the summertime is fantastic. Now, I know that some of corn has been genetically modified, and so we want to make sure that we get non-genetically modified corn. Very important. But did you know that only about 3 to 4% of the sweet corn that we consume has been genetically modified? So that's a very small percentage, 3 to 4%, not very much. It is the field corn, the type of corn that they use to make high fructose corn syrup and the fuel ethanol. That is the corn that most of it has been genetically modified, but we're not eating that. Well, hopefully we're not eating it. Don't eat high fructose corn syrup. Please, please, please. It's horrible. It's not even a food. It's a chemical. Spikes your blood sugar level, wreaks havoc with your whole body. We want to stay away from that. And so if you're getting, like I said, sweet corn, and my suggestions always are to look for non-GMO corn or organic corn. Hopefully you can find some organic, or go to your local farmers market. Please support your vendors at the local farmers market. I have been doing the Westland Farmers Market here in Michigan for like 13 years. I sell organic, sugar-free jams and pieces of fruit pie and my delicious frosting. And it's a lot of work to make all that product. Go there, set up, be there for a few hours. So all of us vendors really appreciate when you go out to your local farmers market and support the businesses. But the wonderful thing about farmers market is the produce and the farmers that are there. Now, what I like to do when I go to a farmers market and I want to purchase corn on the cob, well, people working at them. Are your seeds genetically modified? Do you spray your corn? I have found that they're always been very, very honest. I haven't come across any farmer at a farmer's market who has said to me, yes, I use genetically modified seeds. Because some say no, genetically modified seeds. So they don't use them, And then if you can find, a farmer who doesn't spray, even better, Because being certified organic sometimes costs a lot of money with all the certifications. So your local farmers, maybe they can't afford the certification, but if you have a conversation with them and you start talking to them, they tell you, I didn't spray this one and this one and this one, and so that's why farmers markets are so great. You're dealing one-on-one with the farmer and you can ask them these questions. All right, so today we're talking about corn on the cob, and we're in my backyard. Usually I'm in my kitchen, right, when I teach cooking classes and when I go live, but it's such a beautiful day. I thought it'd be awesome to be outside. This is my backyard, and I teach my outdoor grilling cooking classes out here on the back patio. These are some of my favorite classes of the year because I've been creating recipes for your grill for about 7 years. Yes, healthy, organic, whole food, vegan or veggie, so many things. You would be amazed. I'm still coming up with recipes like all the time. In fact, I have a summer cookbook, and I also have my year-round healthy hot, which covers all the holidays. So there's a lot of grilling recipes in there for summer. Brian Jensen says, hello, Canada. Also, Brian from Canada. Oh my God, neighbors to the north. I love Canada. It's so beautiful. Well, I think Michigan is just absolutely beautiful too, but Canada, breathtakingly beautiful up there. Just love it. Thank you so much for tuning in, and thank you for commenting. Yeah, if you're just tuned in, always drop a comment and say hello. Let me know that you're tuned in. It really helps. We people that are self-employed and we do these lives for you or everything, or a YouTube channel or whatever, you have no idea how much we appreciate a like and a comment. It really means a lot to us because right now I'm just talking and I think I'm talking to myself. Hi, Dawn, my dear friend Dawn, tuned in. Thank you so much. Yeah, so that really, really helps. I know that when I'm watching a live feed, and I always say hello to the person and I will leave a comment or something like that, just really appreciate it. Now, if you're watching the recording of this later, go ahead and leave a comment at that time too, because I'll see it and I greatly appreciate it. All right, so corn on the cob. Look at this. Here's my barbecue. Okay, so yeah, this is what I grill my recipes on. When I teach a cooking grill, don't worry if you are not in Michigan and you can't attend in person. And they cook the recipes at home. I have a dear student named Athena. Hey, Athena, if you watch through your comment, because I know virtually, she has it ahead of time, and she cooks in the class with lighting because even though she's not, it benefits. It works. All the recipes can be cooked in your house, on your stove, or in your oven. So even if you don't have a grill, all these recipes are absolutely delicious, just so you know. All right, so I am outside, which is kind of different, and I think the internet connection might be jumping here or there, might be like skipping, and I apologize for that. Don't know why it's doing that, but I think I'm still good. I think I'm still connected. Yeah. In fact, I'm checking on Facebook and it looks like I'm blurry. I hope I'm not blurry on Facebook, but anyways, corn on the cob. So here's my favorite way to cook corn on the cob. I get the beautiful corn in the cob. Hopefully you can find it in the cob, and you soak it in water. Now, this is going to help when you cook the corn because then the corn's not going to get dried out. Corn will be nice and moist. So you soak it in the husk, right in water. How long do you soak it? I have soaked it as short as 1 hour, and it's fine. I've also soaked it for like 4 hours because it was 4 hours before I bothered to grill it. Perfectly fine. Not a problem. So, anywhere in that time frame. Now, I had never heard of this until a few years ago, but apparently some people soak their corn in water and they put sugar in the water. Oh, no, 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 no. Please, please, please don't do that. Sugar is something that should be eliminated from the human diet for sure. It's not even a food, it's chemical. Wreaks havoc with every organ in your body, leads to all kinds of dis-ease in your body, and we don't want that. So just soak it in just water. That's all you need to do. Now I have my grill here, and I put the corn on the grill, and I have 5 burners, just so you know, but the corn didn't take up all 5, so I turned on 3 of the burners. So if you have a grill at home, you don't have to turn on all the burners unless you're cooking more stuff. And I just every 10 minutes or so, I just turn the corn a little bit, until it became all blackened. The husk gets like blackened on the outside. Okay. And if you're cooking it on the fire, the outside will get the outside will get blackened like this also too if you're cooking it on the fire. Ann Temple, hey Val. Oh my God, hi Ann. Thank you so much for tuning in. So excited Ann's here. Ann is from Moms Across America. And I tell everybody about Moms Across America. I tell them to go to the website, sign up for the newsletter. In fact, last week I did this great presentation on the Moms Connect call, and I talked about summer foods, black raspberries, cucumbers, and it was a wonderful conversation. Moms Across America is a nonprofit organization that advocates for organic, which is near and dear to my heart because I've been teaching about organics for 27 years. Moms Across America is a wonderful organization that you should definitely check out and support. And so, yeah, make sure you check that out. Okay, back to corn on the cob. All right, so the corn has cooked. And again, sometimes let's troubleshoot. I love to, give you guys advice with cooking and troubleshooting. So let's say the husk breaks away from the corn, and then you run the risk of the corn like kind of burning in there. The cob is still good. The corn is still good. Don't worry about it. Even if you have to just not eat that space where the corn burns, it hasn't ruined the whole thing. It's perfectly fine. All right. When the corn is cooked on the fire or roasted, it has this smoky, wonderful, robust flavor that I love. Now, if you're going to cook it on the fire, which is my all-time favorite way to do it, you have to start the fire at least 2 hours before you're going to cook the corn on it, because you need the logs. You know how when you start a fire, the fire is very high, and you need the fire to kind of burn down so you have some coals, some embers. But I like to cook it with a little bit of flame too, but not a high flame. If you have a high flame, you're going to burn the husk and the corn's not going to work. All right. So again, I was going to demonstrate how to do it on my fire pit, which is, in here, it's like backwards. Everything's backwards. See the fire pit right here? This is my fire pit. And I also have my tripod right on top of the fire pit. I know it's far away, like it's in my background and everything, but that's it right there. But we had a storm blow through and it just poured. So all my firewood got wet and everything. So I'm really glad that the sun came back out so I could be outside, so I could share corn on the cob with you, right? And by the way, I just celebrated my birthday, July 11th, and I bought that pink kayak as a birthday gift to myself. I thought that was fun. I can't wait to take it out. Now, let me tell you about corn silk tea, because you have to make the corn silk tea before you grill the corn, okay? So let me see if I can demonstrate this to you. Here we have a beautiful ear of corn. Here we have the silks of the this black part. You don't want to use that black part to make your corn silk tea. So I'm just gonna, can you see the cutting board? Just make sure you guys can see the cutting board. Yeah. Okay, so I'm just gonna cut off the black part of the silk. Get rid of that. But what we have left is this. Okay, that's called the corn silk. Very gently. Now, let's say you want to grill this corn. If you want to grill the corn, you want to keep the husk on it. So I'm going to very gently just pull back the corn husk. I'm not going to rip it right off. If I was not going to roast this, if I was just going to boil the corn, I could just rip this off. But that's not what I'm going to do. I'm just exposing the corn silk at the top. And then I'm going to take this corn silk, okay? And I'm going to, where's my container here? I'm going to take that corn silk, okay? Okay. All right. Now I'm going to close the corn back up. Okay. Close it back up like so. And then I really didn't disturb the corn. You can soak the corn and roast it now, but you have taken out the corn silk. So you can do both. You don't have to choose which one you do. Because I'm garden this year, hope the critters, before I do, I hope the critters don't get it too. Anne is a fantastic, I must say. I'm so excited she's growing corn. I know she talks about her asparagus crop in the springtime. I'm so jealous. I love fresh asparagus. Yum. And so corn silk tea. So we've saved the corn silk. Now, why would you want to make corn silk tea? Well, it's an excellent tea for, again, the organs that we feed and nurture in the summertime, which would be your brain, your heart, and your circulatory system. So, if you have any issues with heart or brain or anything like that, it's fantastic for you in that aspect. But if you're in overall good health and you're not dealing with any dis-ease, the corn silk tea is still fantastic for you to help feed and nurture and strengthen your heart, your brain, your circulatory system. And it has a really mellow, sweet corn taste. It's not strong. It's very mellow. It's in the background, and it's also refreshing and cooling. So in the summertime, it's hot outside. So we need to eat foods that are associated with the summertime that will help keep our body temperature cool. One of those foods is corn. So we want to make the corn silk tea. All right, so now that we've gathered the corn silk, try and get a 1/4 cup of this corn silk, okay? And then take 2 cups of water, put 2 cups of water in a pot, bring it to a boil, and then turn it down to a simmer. And I put approximately a 1/4 cup of corn silk in there, and I let it simmer for 5 minutes. Then I strain it, okay? And what I have is this beautiful corn silk tea. Oh my God, does that taste good? Actually, this is the first time this summer that I'm drinking corn silk tea, because this is the first time that I got non-GMO corn. The first time that every year I make this tea, and I just it's so refreshing. I get so excited. Can you make it with your regular tea? And Temple asked, absolutely. So yeah, if you had, I do Kakusha twig tea, which is a brown tea from the Kakusha, twigs. If I had that already, I could throw the corn silk in there. Yeah, so you could combine the teas. Yes, but make it by itself at least once too, so you get the opportunity to taste it, because it's so good. Yum. Now you can drink it warm. Right now it's room temperature, and I adore room temperature tea. That's usually what I drink. If you like iced tea, you can stick this in the refrigerator and have it cold also. Corn silk tea. Yum. Oh, so good. I get excited about food. Does anybody else get excited about food? Leave a comment and let me know if you get excited about food, especially corn. Does it need to be fresh, or can it be dehydrated? Anne asked. Oh, excellent question. You could dehydrate it, sure. You know what I do? Sometimes in the summer, if I have an abundance of the corn silk, I freeze it. I put it in a Ziploc bag and stick it in the freezer. And then when I want to make tea, I just pull it out of the freezer and put it in the boiling water, and it works fine every time. So dehydrating it or freezing it, yes, you can save the corn silk. Absolutely, yes. Okay, speaking about grilling and the love of food, my next outdoor grilling cooking class is Wednesday, August 14th. It's on the website, and the dishes I'm going to make are extraordinary. First of all, I'm going to make grilled corn on the cob, and I'm going to serve it with a yum yum sauce. Now you're asking, what is a yum yum sauce, right? I do. I get very excited watching my crops grow. Anne says, yes, absolutely. I get excited about food. What is a yum yum sauce? So a few years ago, one of my students said, Val, can you make a yum yum sauce? It's so good and everything, and I want a yum yum sauce. I said, what in the world is a yum yum sauce? So it's taken me a couple of years, but I go to the store and I pick it up and I look at it. Apparently, it's an Oriental sauce, and it's kind of spicy, and it's usually made with mayonnaise, so it's usually not vegan. And it also has cayenne pepper in it, so it's pretty spicy. And so I've created a mellow vegan version of it because I don't like spicy food. I know some of you do, and that's totally fine. I'm not a fan. But I did create a vegan version of the yum sauce, and let me tell you, it is yum yum. So in the class, I'm going to do the grilled corn, and we're going to serve it with yum yum sauce. I have also created as the main course this. So what we have is we have a sweet potato patty that is grilled, marinated tofu that's grilled, and it's a marinated in a sauce that has fresh oregano and fresh thyme. There is marinated grilled onions, marinated grilled radicchio, which is a red lettuce, and grilled zucchini and yellow summer squash, all in the fresh oregano, fresh thyme marinade. We're going to grill all this. And guess what? There's a dessert too. Grilled peaches in a cherry sauce. That's what's coming up on August 14th in my next grilling cooking class. The classes run from 6 to 9, so it's like kind of an event. It's a lot of fun. You're going to learn the nutritional value of the food, why it's so important to eat healthy organic food, because I do include all the nutritional value. You're going to learn the cooking tips and the cooking tricks that I've learned from 27 years of cooking. We're going to make the food together. And if you live here in Michigan close to me and you come here and attend in my backyard, we sit down and eat the food, which is some of my students' favorite things. In the last grilling cooking class, one of the students, when we sat down to eat the meal, took a bite and went, wow, this is fabulous. That was one of the students' reaction to tasting the grilled food. So go to my website, macroval.com. You can sign up for it. In fact, what is this? Screen share. What if I screen shared Macroval food cooking classes? Look at this. So go to macroval.com. Here's my website. This is where you go to sign up for cooking classes. And there is the menu right there. And that's how you sign up for it, virtual or in person. Here's the home. Okay, if you're interested in cookbooks, here's my cookbooks for sale that you can purchase. Counseling. I offer one-on-one counseling sessions. I work with people who have dis-ease in their body, and I use food. I use food to help heal the body. Here's a wonderful testimonial on here from Evelyn, somebody that I worked with. Seriously, a number of years, which left my body seriously depleted. I felt lost, especially when it came to diet. My body had become so sensitive to various food. This all began to change within 24 hours of following Valerie's dietary suggestions. Valerie listens. She truly knows what she is doing. During my time with her, everything she said resonated with me, and she clarified a lot of confusion for me around how to best nourish myself. So that's a testimonial. And recipe of the month. Oh my gosh, I my blueberry pie because July is my birthday month, and blueberry pie is my all-time favorite dessert. So here it is. Yep, every month there's a recipe of the month. My YouTube channel, What is Macrobiotics, if you're interested. And then there's Food of the Month archive. All food of the months. If you are interested in knowing what is brown rice syrup, here it is. If you want to know about ginger and lotus root, here it is. You just this, and there's so much information here, all on food. Okay, it's that's where you can go for food. All right, how do I stop screen sharing? Let me stop screen sharing. All right, I'm back. Yes, so that's my website and the upcoming cooking class, and I would love to have you attend. It would be wonderful. Okay, so I'm talking about corn on the cob, and we're hanging out in my backyard here. And it's always fun to be outside in the summertime. Let me see if this way. There's where's my finger? My cat. He's 4 years old now. I have 5 cats, as I mentioned at the beginning of the video. They are indoor cats, but I let a couple of them outside on a leash because they go out there. So don't have to worry about it. All right, corn on the cob. All right, so let's take this beautiful corn that's cooked. Let's move this stuff aside. And we're gonna take it cob, right? Wait, that's gonna get dirty. Let's put the scraps in a big bowl. We're gonna get rid of this. What do I do with the husk here when I take it off? A lot of times I burn these. They're excellent, for your fire and everything. So a lot of times I burn this, or you could compost it. Oh my God, this is just beautiful corn. Oh, look at this. Oh, man, it's just beautiful. All right, what are we gonna put on our corn on the cob? Put in the comment section, what are some of the favorite things that you like to put on your corn on the cob? I know most people go with just butter, or if you're vegan, you go with like a vegan butter, something like that, and sea salt, right? And I love corn on the cob like that. That's fantastic. But some other choices that we might have would be different flavors of sea salt. I just got this smoked sea salt, which I adore. Okay, so I put smoked sea salt on the corn, and let me burn butter. Ann Temple said, "Oh, I imagine that's butter that you put in a pan and you burn it." I don't know about that. Burned? That is something I'm not familiar with. But thank you for sharing, Ann. Very, very interesting. Burned butter. Yeah. So anyways, I got this smoked sea salt, and the other day I was talking to one of my students, and she didn't know this, so I thought I would share this with you. When you buy spices, you want to look for it to say non-irradiated or organic, because they take all of your spices, basil, sage, thyme, everything. You just go to the grocery store, you buy your spices. They literally put radiation in the spices so they have a longer shelf life. I learned this like 27 years ago. When I found this out, I made sure that all my spices were either organic or they said non-irradiated. You want to look for that in your spices. It gets really brown and tastes nutty. Oh, interesting. Gets really brown and tastes nutty. That's burned butter. Some other things that you could serve on your corn on the cob would be, I didn't bring it out here to show you, but it's one of my favorite things. Umeboshi plum paste. Love it. Umeboshi plum paste. It is naturally fermented. It's sour. It's sweet. It's salty. The solid separates from the ghee and then browns. It's super delicious. Oh, interesting. Yeah. Umeboshi plum paste has that salty flavor, and you put a little bit. Don't go too heavy. You just put a little bit on the corn. Okay. I have a recipe in my year-round healthy cooking cookbook. This is year-round healthy dishes. So this has Thanksgiving, Christmas, but it also has 4th of July all through the year. Here it is. Whipped garlic. Okay. Whipped garlic is one of my signature dishes, and it tastes amazing on corn on the cob. That's one of my favorite things ever to put on corn on the cob. Whipped garlic is like my version of that white garlic sauce that you get when you go to a Mideastern restaurant. That's what whipped garlic is. My friends and my family all know about whipped garlic. And I thought there was, okay, so this is my summer cookbook, summer season, healthy and delicious cooking. This has some wonderful grilling recipes in it too. This is the smoky tempeh burger. This is one of my all-time favorite veggie burgers now, smoky tempeh burger. Salads, garlic, green bean, cucumber, arame salad. Arame is a sea vegetable. This is Mexican grilled corn. I taught this a few years ago in a grilling cooking class, Mexican grilled corn. So there's all kinds of wonderful things. Oh, paprika. I love paprika on corn. Okay. Little bit of paprika. If you had a vegetable like, and you know, she grows a lot of stuff. If you had fresh basil or fresh oregano, you know, you could sprinkle that on your corn on the cob. That would be so delicious. Things like that would be great. Those are all things that I really enjoy on my corn on the cob. And so again, thank you so much for tuning in. If you just joined us, leave a comment and say hello and let me know where you're tuned in from. Greatly appreciate any and all comments. If you leave a comment, it helps the algorithms go up and more people see the video. And so people who are self-employed like myself that make videos like this, we greatly appreciate when you hit the like button and when you leave a comment. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, so some updates for you. I always give you updates when I do a live video. And for people who follow me, they know that I have been educating you about Apeel, which is the toxic, that's a weird way I said that, toxic coating that they've been, what did they do? They FDA approved it last year is what they did to put on our fruits and vegetables. And I've written many blogs about it. I have like 8 blogs. So please go back and look at my blog. It's Substack Valerie Wilson. And look for the blogs that I wrote about it. And I have the FDA approval papers. And please subscribe also. Thank you, Anne. I have a YouTube channel. You can hit the subscribe button. You can also subscribe to my Substack blog. Greatly appreciate that. And so some of the things that are in Apeel, arsenic, mercury, lead. And so again, they want to coat our produce with this. But good news. Let me do another screen share for you. We got some good news on the Apeel front. This was the Substack. Here's my, okay, this is the Substack that I wrote in June. Update on the toxic coating Apeel. Look at this. This is a company that sells lemons and avocados. Limonera, Limonera, okay? The CEO of Limonera last year in 2023, one of the largest growers of lemons, including organic lemons, this is what he said. He wanted to coat every lemon in the world with Apeel. So that was a year ago what he wanted to say. Now, from customer feedback, people calling the company and telling them, we don't want this toxic coating on our lemons. This is what has happened in 2024. We tested Apeel, but never sold any products, avocado or lemons, with Apeel on them. We stopped when the market told us it doesn't want Apeel. We have stopped all activities with Apeel and continue to sell our avocados and lemons the way we always have for 131 years. So definitely a huge, huge change from customer feedback. You must go and talk to your produce guy, wherever you buy produce. Go ask them if they've heard of Apeel. Go look at my Substacks, make copies of my Substacks. And another lady that you could follow is the Green Smoothie Girl, Robin Aubenshaw. I get information about Apeel from her. She has a much bigger social following than I do. So bless you, Robin, for all the work that you've done. And again, this guy here was communicating with Robin. That's why it says, hi, Robin. And he is the CEO. Also, the vice president of Costco, he thought that he would jump aboard the Apeel bandwagon. He thought that it would make money for Costco. He now is saying, nope, we're not going to use Costco. And this is a wonderful video here, Robin's video here, where she talks about the update on Apeel. So that is the update on Apeel. Good news. It looks like it's failing because customer feedbacks and everybody's saying, nope, we don't want that. We don't want Apeel. So it's failing, which is totally awesome because we want healthy organic food that has no pesticides, no chemicals, stuff like that, right? We don't want that. And let me do another screen share here. Whoops, that's not screen share. Screen share. Moms Across America, I mentioned it earlier, and Anne is watching the feed. Beautiful Anne. She's so beautiful. She's such a beautiful soul. She's a part of Moms Across America. Here it is right here. And there's so many awesome things. Let's see, the Connect call. That is what they do every Monday. Oh, this is Contact Us. Whoops, I went to the wrong place. Moms Connect call. Oh, here it is. Moms Connect call. You want to go here and you want to sign up for their email alerts right here. And you will be notified when things happen on Monday. Oh, look, there's Chef Val. This is actually from January 15th, 2024, when I talked about winter foods. Most recently, I talked about summer foods. Great way to connect with like-minded people who are really interested in organic foods, right? Now, Moms Across America also does food testing. The food testing is so very important. Data on toxin, gluten-free food test results. And I wrote this in my blog too. Gluten-free food. Here you want to go to Moms Across America and find about, they tested these products and what they found contained glyphosate, which is really disheartening. Yep, they all contain glyphosate. And so this is Zen Honeycutt, and she's the founder of Moms Across America. But this is so important. I tell everybody about Moms Across America. Definitely have to stop screen sharing. Anne says I have to update the page. Oops. Yeah. Guess what? Tomorrow is Tuesday. Today is Wednesday, July 17th. Tomorrow on the High Wire, Zen Honeycutt is going to be the special guest. I hope you know what the High Wire is. If you don't, type in the Google search bar, the High Wire, and please watch the show. I never miss the High Wire. I never miss the High Wire. It's fantastic. Yeah, definitely go and type that in the bar. Okay, I have another update for you. This is about the Porcupine Mountains. So again, if you follow me, you know how passionate I am about the Upper Peninsula of Michigan. I live in Michigan, and we have this beautiful place up north called the Upper Peninsula of Michigan. It's pristine, beautiful wilderness as far as the eye can see. It's peaceful. It's beautiful. It's my favorite place to go ever. And there's a place up there called the Porcupine Mountains State Park. In fact, in 2023, it was voted the most beautiful state park in the United States, the Porcupine Mountains. All our calls are on Rumble channel, Anne says. Yep, Moms Across America has a Rumble channel. We will also be on the high. I just said that, Anne. I just announced Zen will be on the High Wire tomorrow. Absolutely, I'm excited. All right, back to the Porcupine Mountains. It's a state park here in Michigan. Yes, Michigan has mountains. It is the most photographed place in Michigan, the Porcupine Mountains. And they want to build a mine right next to the Porcupine Mountains, which would also be right next to Lake Superior. And Lake Superior is one of the largest freshwater resources we have on the planet, Lake Superior. The possibility of mine contamination going on with how close the mine is. Protect the Porkies. All right, so share. I'm going to go here. Protect the Porkies has a YouTube channel. Here it is. And this is a video they just uploaded.
When you realize bloating and discomfort don't have to be routine, everything changes.
Okay, there's no sound on this video. It's just words. So this is the animation illustrates the potential consequences of tailing dam failure at the proposed Copperwood mine. Copperwood is what they are called, is the company that wants to put this mine in. The analyst did not evaluate the likelihood of dam failure. So what this video is going to demonstrate to you is this green part right here would be where all the waste tailings or what they're going to dig up from underneath the ground from trying to mine copper. It's a huge, like 3 football field, and it's going to be piled so high you can't even imagine, of waste rock. And the possibility of it collapsing, having a dam failure, and crushing and contaminating Lake Superior is what this video illustrates. Each tailing movement increment represents 1 minute at a time. The study did not assess movement of tailings after arrival in Lake Superior. So this video is only 1 minute and 47 seconds. And again, see this, protect the Porkies. You want to go there and subscribe. Okay, here's the Presqu'île Isle River right here. This beautiful, oh my God, I've been there a few times. It is so gorgeous. This is, like I said, where they're going to put this mound and mound of just waste rock. Now, the video is illustrating, oops, the dam broke. Oops, all this contamination. Oops, here it comes. It's flowing. And all this is pristine, beautiful wilderness right here. Beautiful wilderness. Okay, here's Lake Superior. This is Lake Superior. This is the Presqu'île Isle River that you can go there, and it's just breathtakingly beautiful, this river. But this is what's going to happen if the dam breaks. Then the potential of that happening are pretty darn high. Here we go. Here comes the contamination. Look, it just reached Lake Superior. It just reached Lake Superior right there. See? Contaminating. Nope. Now here it is in the Presqu'île Isle River. It's contaminated the Presqu'île Isle River right there. See? Look at that. Okay. So this is one of the environmental situations that is so disheartening about possibly putting a mine site this close to this pristine wilderness, the Porcupine Mountains and Lake Superior. Not to mention it would ruin the wilderness up there. Okay. This final scene shows tailing depths 1 hour and 19 minutes after the dam breach. Okay. 1 hour and 19 minutes, this contamination would reach Lake Superior. I'm sorry, but 1 hour and 19 minutes is not very much time for Lake Superior to be contaminated. When I saw this video, I was pretty disheartened, let me tell you. So anyways, I'm doing my best to tell everybody about what they want to do to the Porcupine Mountains and how we don't want to do it. All right, let me stop screen sharing. Stop screen sharing. Okay. Screen share again. This is, where is it? Protect the Porcupine Mountains. This is their website. You want to go here and you want to take action and sign the petition that says, I do not want this mine site put into the beautiful Porcupine Mountains. You don't live in Michigan? That's okay. You can sign the petition because so many people come to the state of Michigan to see the Porcupine Mountains. People come from Japan, all over the world to see the Porcupine Mountains. So you definitely want to go here. You want to check this out. There's videos, there's pictures, there's all kinds of information here. This is the Porcupine Mountain State Park, beautiful state park. Here's South Boundary Road. Here is where they are proposing putting the mine site. This close. Yeah, it's that close. It just there's a lot of information. Copperwood is located also in 1842 treaty territory, so this affects the native population. Okay, now the good news is, where's the good news? The good news is learn more, take action. Okay, here's the good news. The Michigan Senate chose not to vote on the $50 million grant that was going to be given to Copperwood, but it hasn't been rejected. But it has been, they're not going to vote it. Whoops, I'm sorry about that. A YouTube video started to play. So the $50 million grant has been postponed until next year. So that's good news, but we still have to educate people and let them know that we don't want this. We don't want this mine. Okay. All right. So yeah, wanted to screen share. Interesting, people come and attend my cooking classes when I teach them, and they say, gee, I thought I was just coming for a cooking class, and I've learned about the toxic coating that they want to put on our vegetables, and I've learned about saving the beautiful Porcupine Mountains in the state of Michigan. So yes, I like to inform people. It's all about nature and saving nature and being as close to nature as possible and eating organic and not having chemicals in our life, getting rid of the chemicals and being as close to nature as possible. That's the way our ancestors lived. That's the way we should live. And going outside and cooking outside is getting into nature, right? All right. I've been live for about an hour. So I want to thank everybody for tuning in and leaving comments. Appreciate your comments. If you're watching a recording of this later, go ahead and leave a comment. Greatly appreciate. It's a good day when you learn something new, Anne says. Absolutely. Yes. So please go out and get some non-GMO corn. If you can find organic, even better. Soak some corn, right? Go outside, cook it on your grill, or cook it on your, where's my fire pit? If you don't have a grill or a fire pit, then you can just boil it. But anyway, that you can get beautiful fresh corn right now that's in season. Your brain, your heart, and your circulatory system, and it's going to taste oh so delicious. So for right now, after the video is over with, I am going to eat my corn that I cooked. Macrovale.com, my website. You can check that out. And YouTube channel, Chef Valerie Wilson. Hit that subscribe button. I greatly appreciate it. All right. So thank you so much for tuning in. Get outside and cook